Hey everyone, welcome back to the Cats and Rats tier rankings episode. We are now in the month of September. I'm your host, Kirby Lupel, joined alongside, as always, my co-host, Cody Stevens. And nice to reconnect this summer with Nick Fairbanks over on the Locked On Network. But as we like to call him, Banksy here. And we needed to bring Banksy in because we're going to do a historical Panthers tier maker with the head coaches and with former first-round draft picks. So Banksy, great to have you here. We need your expertise and knowledge on maybe some of these players, not so glowingly, but we're going to have to rank them.
There's going to be a lot of faces made. I can't really describe what they might look like. It's going to be what it is. And some of my might come out too, but
some of mine too, but these early days you're going to have to.
For sure. So, but it all led us to the last couple of seasons that we've had. So, You got to take the bad with the good, too.
That's why we're doing it now, right? Because we're going to do head coach rankings, I think, sometime next week. So, a guy that's going to be on here as a historical Panthers coach that's currently coaching for us, it's a good segue into next week. And as well, Cody, some of these top draft picks that have panned out in recent years here.
There ain't many. There ain't many.
But they'll be at the top. We're going to have maybe a top 3 list for coaches, Cody. We're going to have a top 5 potentially for players. Again, guys, we want to rank them on what they did as a Panther, not what they did in their career. So, i.e. Mike Keenan would be a lot higher on New York Rangers, Philadelphia
Flyers. Say this for top 3 for the players. I already have my top 3, and it really shouldn't be any different for you guys either.
Okay, and I have my top 3 of coaches, but I think you guys, my panelists, might disagree with me. Some of you guys in the chat may as well, but
I think I have the top 2. The third one's going to be questionable.
Yeah, my third one is going to be one that I'm going to fight for a little bit, and
I have a third one.
Yeah,
but we'll see here.
Yeah. So, Cody, what are the categories? We're going to do them a little differently this week here as we get them set up here. We're going to screen share, guys. We can share as well, Cody. Hockey DB pages if we have to dig in on some of these guys and see what they did as Panthers.
If you don't know some of these guys, don't worry. We'll name them for you.
Yeah,
we'll try.
Kirby had the liberty of pulling out their
We
players.
got it right off. We got it right off there. So
okay, we'll see here. But first up, our current head coach, the greatest coach in the history of the Florida Panthers, Paul Maurice. No discussion needed. S tier already. 2-time Stanley Cup champion, Hockey Hall of Famer. What more can you say?
Where would he rank if you were ranking him in his overall career, Cody? A solid. Maybe some people would have a lot lower than I would have, but I would have a B or something. Thanks.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cody.
I'd be high B tier, low A tier.
Okay. A maybe as a prisoner of the moment, but
I definitely put him in the B tier just because, unfortunately, in the couple of stops that he had in Carolina, he just couldn't get the job done. And unfortunately, up in Winnipeg, he had a really good team. It's just the locker room sucked. So
Toronto brought him down to about a C, Banks.
Oh, Jesus.
No one remembers him in Toronto unless you were in Toronto.
Toronto's going to do that to anybody.
Impossible. John Ferguson Jr.
There's a brief stint of Leafs coaches that you don't remember at all. You don't.
Would Peter Horachek be one of them? Probably.
He's next up here, and I don't know where to put him because he's kind of the start of my he's in the middle of my fandom. His era was a big blank for me.
He was an interim coach, Banksy, and then was a head coach very briefly, right?
I think I'll put him in. He's either in I think I'll put him in the not enough time category.
That's fair, Banksy.
Yeah, but I think it didn't take a lot of time for the Panthers to decide that he was not going to be the guy. And to me, I honestly, I think they did have enough time for him to be. Yeah, so I'm honestly going to put him. I don't like the FSU trash can because I
don't think he was that bad.
They won, so I'll put him as a D. Yeah.
Yeah, because again, we're just looking at Panthers, Banksy, but it is good to look at Horachek here that he didn't really make impact in Toronto, and he didn't really get many other positions or stops as a head coach. So
correct.
You can kind of look at that one.
Next up here, I'm leaning heavily on you guys on this one, Mr. Dwayne Sutter. I don't know where to put him.
Very briefly time, 1 season, I think it was there, Banksy. Pull it up.
His game plan was to give the puck to Pavel Bure and get the puck to Pavel Bure anytime he can. Didn't allow Pavel to play defense.
That sounds like a pretty good game plan, if you ask me, for what team he was given.
He deserves trash can for me.
Trash can.
If I was rating him as a scout, I would not put him in the trash can. He was with the Panthers for quite a while in the office. He held the position there for many years.
Mm-hmm.
But as a head coach, I never really visioned him as a head coach. It's weird that of all the Sutter brothers, what is there, 5 or 6 of them, that Dwayne Sutter was the one lone coach for the Panthers as a Sutter brother. But
Dwayne Sutter had 2 years as a head coach of the Florida Panthers, one in a season and like a quarter, it seemed like. He had 72 games coached, 22-35, 8-7 record, the 8 being ties, the 7 being OT losses.
Again, Banksy, a guy I look as an interim coach or an associate coach, but they gave him the head coach label, and I don't quite understand that time, but it's very hard to understand what the Panthers organization.
72 games. I almost want to put him in not enough time.
Not enough time.
Money.
But hey, I mean, he'll be at, like, I guess I got to whip it out here. FSU trash can. Sponsored by the greatest university in the Spine River, Florida State University. Go Noles, by the way. Beat Bama. Yes, sir.
Woo!
I was waiting for the football talk this week. A lot of fans are happy here in the football communities.
I'm actually proud to have this, not ashamed. So, I mean, but Dwayne Sutter, no damn clue. Peter DeBoer, for me, he was the first coach I experienced as a Panther fan. Looking back on his tenure, I want to put him in C tier, C or D. I think, you know what? Because you're doing based off Panther history, I think we may go C here.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say D. I was like, I can't go that high, but
no.
C.
I think C, because unfortunately he was like really young at the time. Kind of like he was fresh out of junior, I believe, when we hired him.
His first season in Florida was his best season, 567. I don't know if this is win or point percentage. We literally lost that tiebreaker situation there. Banksy, if you remember, that's when Jay Bomeister was going out the door to free agency and just kind of head down the stretch. This team was good enough to make the playoffs, and he was coming off OHL championship, Memorial Championship with the Kitchener Rangers, and this was his first shot in the NHL. So I think anything below a C is a little too harsh, but I would agree around a C level there, Banksy.
But 246 games played, 103 wins, 107 losses, 36 overtime losses. I mean, one of the very few coaches here that made it through 3 full seasons.
That's true. Yeah. He got to the 3-year benchmark.
And he took over a huge mess that was created the years previous to him. So the fact that he was able to muster an actual playoff roster out of what had come out of that debacle was actually pretty impressive. I think they lost out to Montreal that year in the tiebreaker. So, it's unfortunate, but again, I don't think DeBoer was a terrible coach. It's timing for him, unfortunately.
Just sorry to jump in there, Banksy. I think also Montreal upset, was it Washington or New York in that first round?
It was probably Washington.
And to add on to DeBoer, he had 41 wins in his first season with the Panthers, 40-win head coach in your rookie year. Mm-hmm. So I low at C level, but there was expectation with the roster. I don't think the roster was good enough on the back end, like it never has been until recent memory.
But
so he had that battling.
But now he's back onto the unemployment line.
Yes.
With coming off 3 consecutive conference finals losses with Dallas. I think he'll be hired soon.
Even though Panthers let him go, Cody, he goes right to
New Jersey, and we lose to them in that playoff series. Adam Henrique, you know.
He was 48-28 that year with the Devils, who you would say, weren't expected to be that good that year.
But next up here, we have the guy who I'm pretty sure was right after him, Kevin Dineen, right next to him. For Dineen, he actually just may be B tier or close to A because he won a division.
That's right. Yes, in the South. I was going to put him maybe below DeBoer on the level with DeBoer, Banksy, because I had higher expectations for Dineen than DeBoer where the team was at that point.
Well, yeah, and he's had experience in coaching and everything, so it wasn't like it wasn't new to him. And I think they brought him in specifically for a player, if I'm remembering correctly. Like he had a history with one of the players that they had just drafted, and it's Dale Talon's first hire as a coach. And he put together that Misfits team, and they took them to the playoffs. As you were saying, Cody, with the Adam Henrique goal, unfortunately. So. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put him I want to put him in the B tier.
Yeah, because
of the division there. I just want to add to Banksy's point there. Welcome everyone in the chat. Parrish, Diehard, everyone. Nice to see you. His only experience was prior with Portland for 5 years. So again, another head coach by the Panthers that it was his first time and his first goal around as an NHL head coach. Then he became assistant coach with Chicago for a few years after, and then became an AHL head coach again at 2 different stops.
Yeah, but for what he accomplished here, division title, that's a hell of a lot more than the rest of these coaches on this list besides one.
Now, that record was 38, 26, and 18 ties. So if you go back and look at that through the annals of history, it's maybe
not ties, OT losses.
57 winning percentage, but then he dipped to 37% pointage and 31.
Yeah, but I also want to point out there were a lot of injuries that kind of hindered his growth with him, because remember, we lost Versteeg got hurt the year after. Weiss was battling with some injuries. Jose Theodore dealt with injuries in the New Jersey series. That's why we ended up with Scott Clemenson in net. Otherwise, I think we had a chance to win that series.
I will say, though, that Kevin Dineen was sinking Jonathan Huberdeau's career. Like, Huberdeau was floundering at that point with Kevin Dineen down to the second, third line. It wasn't looking good there. So.
Yeah, but next up here, this guy's going to be interesting to rank. Joe Quenneville, who I don't know how to rank him. I really don't, because
I looked at his numbers today, you guys, with Florida. Wow. But yeah. I want to put him fourth. I want to put him fourth all time. And we can get into it a little bit. But go ahead, guys.
So you want him A tier?
I do.
Yeah.
I do not want him.
I'm fine with that. He had a pretty good start. Remember, we had in that 1920 season before COVID happened, we were in a really, 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 really big battle with Toronto for that last that third place division spot, where it seemed like no one wanted to have. And then the next year, we make the jump into the postseason under the Discover Central Division, or ultimately we lost to Tampa in 6 games. And then he only coached 7 games the year after due to the controversy that was the Chicago Blackhawks Kyle Beach controversy. So he resigned. He resigned after that, and
35 win season, 7 win season.
He was on track.
He's not top 3. Some people are going to be very upset by that. Banks, the other people might not want to see him anywhere on the list. But if you want to rank him like on the ice and what he brought to this organization, I would going to have him like top 3, top 4, but I'd like him top 4, and I'll explain why later.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, go ahead, Banks.
No, I was going to say definitely. I mean, he came in with a pedigree and knowing what he was going to bring. I mean, I think one of the first speeches he had with the team is, I want you guys to understand, what this feels like, and that's where we're going to be next year. And, the team did take another step under him, and he was successful. It's just, again, things in the past that kind of, derailed his momentum here.
I think I just realized who Kirby's going to fight for top 3. I think I just realized too.
Well, one's for the brand, but another guy that I haven't talked to you guys off air about.
Well, I mean, the one for the brand, he's in second. So, but next up here, this is Brian. Is this Terry or Brian?
That's Terry.
Terry Murray.
So this is Banksy, your first coach.
This is all of you guys.
Banksy, go ahead. Your first coach.
So Terry was very interesting. He was brought in, I believe, by his brother to kind of help out with the team after they kind of lost their way after '96, and I don't know what happened, but this team forgot how to play defense. They forgot how to play with some intensity and physical play. I'm gonna have to put him in the D tier. I'm gonna have to put him in with Horacek.
All right. Sounds simple enough for me.
He had two full seasons, and he was fired in his 3rd season. 43 wins in that 2nd season with Pavel Bure there when they lost into the 1st round, but really kind of underachieved with kind of the offense that they had and the direction that the team was going, which we'll get into. One other coach in between him that he's related to, and just wasn't able to create traction from that. And then again, another coach that doesn't make it through 3 seasons, fired in his 3rd season. With a really bad record of 6-18-7.
6-18-7.
Yeah, yep. 7 is the ties, everyone. you
Good
new.
Lord, garbage. Next up, we have Mr. Rick Dudley, and I'm not gonna lie, I think he deserves to be in the not enough time category here. Only 40 games coached.
Great as an assistant general manager. You could put him near the top. General manager, we can go back and forth, but some good work there in the scouting departments. Some stuff maybe not so sterling, Banksy for the Panthers, but as a head coach, where do we got him here?
I got him in not enough time. He coached 40 games.
That's
40 games, but I think that was honestly after he fired Mike Keenan.
And then put him to GM.
That should bring him up the list, Banksy.
And that's the thing though is I'm going to say not enough time because there was so much going on and there was so much vitriol between the organization and Keenan at that time. I don't think Dudley got a fair shake.
Sorry to interrupt, Banksy. I don't even think he wanted to coach. I think that's where the ownership came in and said, like, who can coach this team? Like it's a minor league hockey team. You know, who can coach the U12 team? We'll give them orange slices after. And then Dudley's just always been a great guy. He's like, okay, I'll do it. You know, volunteer, right? Probably didn't do it, right?
But
that is only time head coaching.
I think
Buffalo a little bit.
I think this next guys. I think this is what Kirby's going to fight for the top 3 here. We have Mr. Gerard Gallant.
Oh, was not my guy, Banksy. Where do you have him here?
I have him in B tier. And they brought him in because they needed to revamp Jonathan Huberdeau's career because, you know, as you were saying, he kind of lost his way with Deneen, and he needed that extra push of familiarity, I guess. But I felt like he was a player's coach. He told ownership, you know, what for, and it cost him a cab ride. So, you know, I like guys like that. I like guys with the fire and the passion.
Actually, I'm a fight for A tier here for Mr. Gallant.
I will too, Cody. I'll hear you out. Go ahead, Cody.
Because he's one of the very few coaches who, in every year as a Panther coach, he was above 500. The problems with the team were not directly his fault. It was due to the sudden turn of vision at just out of nowhere. Because remember, the team legit went from, you know, just being like a bigger, tougher guy with Dale Talent to right to Computer Boy era, and then just kind of shifted the whole makeup of the team.
Yep. And they realized that mistake they made wrong in the fact of firing Gerard Gallant, because Gerard Gallant, it's not what he does behind the bench, it's what happens with the ownership and with management behind the scenes. And Gerard Gallant, you guys, he was fired by the Florida Panthers with a winning record of 11-10 that season when he got the cab ride. A winning record, not like a lot of these guys that we're talking about that have around a 20 to 30 winning percentage when they're given the pink slip. So there's that.
I almost want to put him ahead of Q, but because of what he accomplished here, and he reignited the life that was Jonathan Huberdeau, and he had extremely bad luck when Huberdeau had the Achilles injuries in that preseason game with the military.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a lot of bad luck, and that's why I think A tier is kind of good for him.
And again, it's hard, guys, as we're saying. Let's just rank them as Panthers. But when I look at Gerard Gallant's stats here, he goes to the expansion Las Vegas Golden Knights the very next year and wins 51 games. So again, we're just grading them on what they're doing in their tenure at the Panthers, but he has a little bit more sample size to look at than some of these guys that were interim head coaches that probably should have never been head coaches. So again, Cody, I'm with you there. I wasn't battling for him for 3. I do see some of the warts and problems that maybe Banksy's alluding to there, and I would have him behind Quenneville, but maybe 5th all time, 6th.
I think I'll fight for 3rd later.
Okay.
Next up here, Mike Keenan. Let me just get this ready.
Do we just put him there because of the principle of it all? Coming into this, I was thinking below mid, but there's like so much stuff off the ice with Roberto Luongo, with ownership, players.
We should have added GMs into here, and can.
What's worse? I don't know how to answer that.
He traded for Alex Auld. Put him in the trash can.
After I found this out today, I forgot this somehow because we're going to go through players here in a bit. After the Panthers drafted him a few years prior, we're bringing him back into the organization.
I think Mike Keenan is a name that I think for your guys' fandom brings back horrible, horrible nightmares.
I went to bed and it was in the afternoon. I'm like, that's it for the day.
Based off what I've heard of him, not great. Never was above 500 in any part of his Panthers tenure.
Great coach in Philadelphia and New York, sadly.
Finished
Calgary, not bad.
Finished with a Florida record of 45, 73, 23, and 12. So,
like Banksy, why was it a fit for the Florida or the ownership group again?
Like,
Thought it would be when he went other places.
Like, because here's the thing. I just got to say this, because this is like in fan bases, like, well, you guys don't deserve this. You want to hear this? I almost cussed just now. Nearly just did. And it was when I was barely alive when this happened. It's in hearing this, it absolutely annoys me, because want to know why we deserve this? Because our ownership thought it was a great idea. Oh, he failed us as a head coach. You know what he'd be great as? A GM. And they made him the GM after they fired him.
It was all about money, honestly. In those years, it was all about money. They said they were going to spend.
If there's any New York connections there, but go ahead.
I was going to say the owner at the time said that they were going to spend, and then all of a sudden Bure's gone the next season. They didn't want to pay him, and then that's when they let go of Sutter as well, and they bring in Iron Mike to kind of get the fans back, because that's a name that people know in hockey, and what he did for New York. Now, what he did for Florida, just kick the can down the road into the sewer. That's basically what he did.
And you mentioned New York. New York Tides. The only guy I can think of is Stephane Matteau.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm wondering with management, Banksy and Cody, or ownership groups, or did they, like Banksy, did they bring him in because he's a familiar face to the New Yorkers that live in the area? They're trying to build up the hockey market, and the Canadian Snowbirds. It's like, what was the reason or indication to bring him in? Because it has to be something behind him. We'll probably never know. But just when he came in, like even in Calgary, after he made the playoffs in Calgary, 42 wins, 46 win coach. What was the issue with Florida? I know there's personnel, but like you said, Banksy, there was players up front and players on the roster that,
But next up here, we have the late great Captain Video, Roger Nielsen.
I'm putting him third all time, and this is why. He brought us into the league as an expansion team. We lost making the playoffs on a tiebreaker. Following season was really good, and then it just kind of fell apart from there. Very good head coach, took the Vancouver Canucks to the Stanley Cup final, implemented everything in Florida that you wanted to with this group, which we're going to get to the other coach in a second, that was able to catapult that group to a Stanley Cup final. I talked to Doug McLean, and everything was in place. The guy said, we're ready to win now. People might not believe in us, but we believe in how this team was orchestrated through the expansion draft and through probably coaching as well. I'm not sure what happened there with the firing. Roger Nielsen was quite a bit younger there. But again, Video Roger, they talked to him about, went on to coach the Flyers, brought them. I don't know. I don't think he was their coach. I think it might have been Terry Murray when they did go to the Stanley Cup, but later coached Eric Lindros, that Flyers team as well. I'll argue with him for third all time. Banksy, I don't know where you put him. It may predate you.
He's not even he shouldn't.
Yeah, so it does predate my Panther fandom, but I mean, you make some great points when he brought us into the league and he believed in it. However, I still think that, I don't know, he is a hockey name, but to me, he just, it didn't work. I'm going to have to put him in probably C or D tier.
Whoa, that's way too low. C or D.
I'll compromise.
This is one of the most model franchises in North American sports history coming into the league with the winning percentage. Better than football teams, better than baseball teams.
But here's the thing, though.
He should be credited for that.
Okay, but we never finished above 500 with them.
What?
We never finished above 500 with them.
They were a tiebreaker away from making the playoffs from the New York Islanders that year. The New York Islanders went on
84 points was the damn playoff?
Yeah. Back in the day, yeah.
84?
That Cody, they were giving nothing through the expansion. You couldn't build your expansion roster like Vegas did. Nowhere near that. We were giving cast-offs. We got John Van Beesbrook through
But that was when people actually knew how to manage the damn expansion draft, not like now.
It wasn't that Doug McLean came here, you guys, and then John Van Beesbrook just became like a borderline Vezina goalie, and Brian Skrudland and Scott Mellenby were 30 goal scorers. Like Mellenby was languishing in Edmonton or Philadelphia at the time, or the players that he brought in, he did a lot of what Doug McLean did.
I could fight for way more of Galab being top 3 than Nielsen.
But you're just going to fight for him because you didn't see him. I saw both, and I'm like, I think what he did was more impressive. I'm not discounting Quenneville or Gallant. But now, if you guys don't have him anywhere near the 3, then I'm interested in, are we bumping Quenneville up to the 3rd spot?
I want Gallant in the 3rd spot.
I don't want Gallant. I didn't have Gallant anywhere near above Quenneville or Roger Nielsen, but I would put Quenneville there. But I cannot drop him below B, guys. Like, you guys drop him below D, that's not. I can't do that.
It's just what he did as a Panther, and
like he started the franchise. Like, if you go look at North American sports franchises in the 90s and 2000s, maybe early 2010s, like, what he did was remarkable. It wasn't just built from the GM position or ownership. It was through, like, the dispersal of the expansion draft. Like, they were going toe to toe with Anaheim there, and then that's when it fell off after going to the Stanley Cup and the Murray brothers, Mike Keenan. Like, that trajectory was going up, and he was the one that started it all.
84. We missed the playoffs by 1.80. God, hockey. These guys were garbage.
How do you guys know who Paul Laus is? If the team didn't start off like that, no one would know who that guy is.
They played 2 extra games, and it was this bad.
It was not the coach. I'm telling you. After Wayne Huizinga gave up reins of the organization through his ownership, and then after the Doug McLean firing, that's when it went downhill. It didn't start that way. It started
82 out west.
Like, I'm telling you, Cody, ties them. I
don't want you talking about crap about my era now. This era was garbage.
You can't penalize him because of ties.
This era was garbage.
This era was not garbage. This era had Mario Lemieux, had Wayne Gretzky. This era was not garbage.
This era had 82-point teams making the playoffs.
The ties, teams were playing for ties. Why do you think they got rid of ties? Don't blame Rogers.
Because these teams are garbage.
And you know what? Him playing for ties is strategic played for an expansion team when you don't got talent on your roster.
That's loserness.
That's how it was.
That's garbage.
That's how it was. I'm telling you.
And how many teams? How many teams did the NHL have at that time? Was it like 28?
26. Wait, no.
No, lower than 28.
26. It looks like.
25.
Yeah. So to me, it makes sense why 82 or 84 would work, because less teams.
But they played more games.
No,
they played 84 games.
Was it?
I thought
84?
they ended that.
I thought it was
84. I'm looking at it right now. How much garbage do you want it to be?
They're talking about going back up to 84.
No,
yeah. I'm not going
to
besmirch the great Roger Nielsen, R.I.P. Roger video.
He's great. He was perfect for Vancouver.
And Florida should respect him on this video alone, Cody, because he's respected in Vancouver. So I'm going to put respect on his name.
Okay, that's Vancouver. This is Florida.
That the Vancouver fans remember him from the 70s and 80s, what he did.
That's Vancouver. This is Florida.
I'm telling you.
He has the most iconic coaching photo, which is him holding the freaking hockey stick with the white towel under it, waving the white flag.
I'm glad. Don't be getting mad at Vancouver because your girlfriend, the stuff you hear about Vancouver. I'm glad I'm bringing him to attention to our fan base and our community so that everyone can look up him.
Okay, great. He did a great job, but guess what?
How long do you expect a coach to be in an expansion team for? Cody, not everyone's Barry Trotz, and Barry Trotz probably should have been fired 2-3 different times. Not everyone.
Why didn't we keep him?
What?
Why didn't we keep him?
I don't know. Why didn't we keep a lot of these guys' banks?
Money.
This was Wade Godfather Huizenga.
If I was running the team, I'll tell you, I'd be having them coach for 3, 4, 5 years. But I wasn't running the organization.
No, you were running the Legos together, big dog. Like, this was like...
No, I was playing Wayne Gretzky table hockey.
Like 84. Yeah. Like 80. Like, here's the thing. 84. At least the Rangers 112 points. That's fine to win the division.
All this research on this guy to bring him down. Bring him down.
Kirby, he never finished above 500.
Cody, I'm telling you, before Quenneville and Maurice came in here, he's easily top 3. I'm telling you.
That's how garbage we were. Like,
it's not on him, but it does show.
It's not on him, but here's the thing: we got better.
Yeah, I still think I think he's
at least every guy above him made the playoffs or won a division.
We're going to praise Gerard Gallant. Well, he's over in Russia right now and can't find a job.
So I blame the league for that.
Yeah.
I blame the league for that.
So
he should be in Detroit.
I'm not advocating for Gallant any higher than 4 or 5.
Like I think, look, he's like he brought a division title.
And Roger Nielsen never had the talent that Gerard Gallant had.
Okay, then that's why he's in B tier. We can't judge him off something he didn't do.
Hey, B is fine. It's fine. I'll put him in B.
But here's the thing: Gallant's also responsible for, at the time, the longest winning streak in franchise history.
Yeah, I was there.
And developing Trocheck and a few
Trocheck
other...
was a dynamo under him.
No. Sorry, guys. I'm not standing for that. Trocheck development. We're going to get into that a little bit later on this list, and I'll explain. I have him pretty low, but that's the one thing he did do.
Bobby B better not get any credit for that.
No, I'm not going there.
Okay, thank you.
Then who is it?
You guys sound off Bobby B. I can't even mention his name.
Is it like I really want to cuss right now because this is how mad I'm getting because this is how garbage we are.
You're making me mad. If you were in my shoes as a fan from day one and I was saying this, you would have crashed out by now.
Like, here's the thing.
I guess
like,
I would have been guys. There's no Six Panther fans. I guess.
all right. Next up, this is Brian Murray. Where the hell is this guy at?
Kirby.
Trash.
Brian Murray. He is the coach that replaced Doug McClain. And why is he taking other teams like the Ottawa Senators to the Stanley Cup as a head coach, general manager? And what he did for us, Banksy, in both roles, I believe. I would put him D or trash can. D? I don't know.
Trash can, boom. Oh, you got to whip it out. There we go. Next up here, Mr. Bob Bugner, and I'd be remiss to I think he's low C tier. I think he's right there.
I gotta put him at D.
I put him in D.
D, okay.
And a D.
I think he's lower end to C, but
I just want to add this. Banksy, you sound off, but one of our community members, Daniel, big Ekblad fan, like Cody.
And this guy ruined him.
He said, you better not say this on air, Kirby, but I am going to say it on air. It was an Aaron Ekblad sponsored hire. This was Aaron Ekblad's junior coach hanging out with Aaron Ekblad's dad. They brought him in to make Aaron Ekblad happy and stuff. And that defense was just trash. The whole team was trash. But Banksy, go ahead.
Yeah, if it wasn't for a late season push, I think they either tied for last playoff spot or they missed by 1 point.
By 1 point.
And they had guys like Borgstrom on there, and it was a mess. If anything, it was to make Ekblad happy. That's the only reason why I can think about it. And also
they're going
to give the finger to the computer boys.
But you know what guy really flourished under Mr. Bugner, right? It'd be none other than Mr. Colton Sevier, baby.
Okay, I was thinking higher up the lineup.
No one flourished under him.
I was like, did we have Dadanoff then?
I think Barkov actually hit the career high 96 with Bugner, 18-19.
That'd be a good.
That's the year that Yager left.
So,
am I right on that?
17-18. Yeah,
that's the year Yager left.
So that was the year we barely missed the playoffs by like a smidge.
And just after Gerard, everyone.
And he was fired because the team was like, "Yeah, let's go get Q." And then
I'm like, "Good, finally."
I think they signed Q. They knew Q was coming, and they just waited until like the day after the season ended. It was like, "Bye, Bob." We got
what Bob been since an assistant coach. I think currently with Detroit.
He's gone.
He's gone now. There too.
I wonder why.
Next up here, Mr. Jacques Martin.
Banksy, another guy that did better in other spots, like Ottawa, winning divisions, going.
Where would y'all like him?
I liked him, but again, he's in the tier of.
He's above Bugner.
Yes.
So C tier?
I would put him in C tier because of what he was able to do, and they made him general manager while he was coach. They didn't. And I think it was actually Keenan that brought him in.
You might be right.
I can bring up one bad thing he did. So he got into an argument with Ole Jokinen.
Oh yeah.
And then traded Jokinen the next day.
Keenan was there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keenan traded Luongo. Do you think freaking Jokinen would have been any different?
We were holding on to him like something.
But then again, who did
Jokinen was a 92.
Who made the trade for Jokinen? Because Jokinen was an Islander.
Would that have been Dudley?
I think it was Dudley. I think that was either his first or his second year as GM or assistant GM.
Because Banksy, they always brought Dudley in there on a revolving door basis, and I'd be like, "Oh, it's at the draft. Oh, there's Rick Dudley." the manager, assistant general manager. Or something.
Yeah, the guy that never wanted to choose first and would piss off and pardon my language, would make his draft picks mad because he wouldn't select him first overall. He'd take him third.
Yes. The old Rick Nash, Jay Bomeister.
Yeah.
Which we will be getting into here in a bit. But yeah, I have him above Buchner. Just disappointed what he was there. They were trying to get a lockdown team then. Now we're seeing with Paul Maurice now,
but this is like one of the more underrated trades in franchise history because really the only OGs know this trade. It was Jokinen and Luongo for Mark Parrish and Oleg Kavasha, whatever the hell his name is. It don't matter. He's cannon fodder. But fun fact, Jokinen and
who made the trade?
It was in 2000. So
okay, it could be Dudley. Have to look that up. It could be one of the Murray brothers. I don't know. It wasn't them.
Well, I mean, Jokinen didn't get along with one of the Murray brothers at the start. I think they scratched him at the start.
Yeah, I think that was Terry.
Terry? Yeah.
Yeah, and he was on the third line. I actually, the one game that they showed where Bure scored four goals against Atlanta, Ole was there, and he was on a checking assignment. Like, he was third or fourth line. Peter Worrell was on his line, or he was playing under Peter Worrell.
Yes. It's coming back to me a little bit. I think our very own John Acosta told me that, or someone told me that in the community.
Anyway, next up here.
Yes.
The former greatest coach of all time, Mr. Doug MacLean. Top A tier for me. I'm sorry, it won't let me. There it is. Bang. Not much to be said.
I got him right next to Paul Maurice. We're not putting top 3 up there, or is it just Paul Maurice and everyone else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stanley Cups get you S. That's what the S stands for.
Okay. Yeah, I think Doug MacLean been on the show a couple times.
Okay.
I think he's gonna love this ranking. But yeah, take the team to the
next up. This damn
hold on. Living off of what Roger Nielsen did for Doug MacLean, and then getting fired there, and then the team just went downhill after that. Doug MacLean also represented Eastern Conference in 2 All-Star games because the Panthers were top of the conference going into the All-Star break.
And next up is this damn goober. Gonna get it out here.
Oh my god. Can we put him at the very end, and it will go deeper and supersede anything that he did behind the bench?
Cody, do you have another trash can? Do you have a 40? Like, do you have one of those construction dumpsters?
I don't have a Gator flag on me, so I can't really do that.
Don't got nothing sponsoring us. There's things that I've heard that I can't report on air that have happened with Tom Rowe, and that I don't.
These are things I can't say on air because of Tom Rowe.
Things that have been given to me that I cannot share. The one thing he did do though was develop Vincent Trocheck into a bit of a defensive forward in San Antonio as the head coach there. But that wasn't as head coach with the Panthers. I'm telling you something he did in the minor leagues.
He made one good move, or 2. I like Yandel, but one. That was Marchessault. That's it.
And he couldn't get him signed.
Jared McCann, which we're going to get into later with one of our.
Oh yeah, McCann that was a good trade. Too bad he didn't do nothing win him.
But this guy was just like a placeholder and a mouthpiece for the organization, and this is when they had the whole thing going on with Dale Talon, and then Dale Talon came back in, and then they got rid of Tom Rowe.
I can see his dumbass bald head on the bench right now.
I'm so mad seeing him, Banksy. He was an assistant coach with Paul Maurice in Carolina when they played the Boston Bruins that year, and I think Boston beat Carolina. And I was like, "Oh,
I'm done talking about it. It's making me mad thinking about it."
Look at that picture. I wanted to have that picture of him too. He looks like a.
Okay, next up, John Torchietti. Not enough time.
Not enough time.
Yeah, coached 20 games.
20 games.
So, not much to be said. Currently still in the league as a head assistant coach. I think it's with Carolina, maybe. I'm not sure.
Cody, can we share RC's comment on the screen there?
Tom Rowe is the Carolina Hurricane uniforms of coaches. Let's be real. Carolina can't make a damn uniform to save their life.
I will say this about Torchetti. After he left Florida, he did catch on with Quenneville and the Blackhawks. He was one of those instrumental assistant coaches during that time that actually elevated them to win a couple of cups. So I agree with you, not enough time.
And then the last but not least, this is probably the most polarizing head coach within the Panthers fan base, because it depends on who you ask. It's Andrew Brunette. I got him low B tier because he did win a playoff series, even though it wasn't because of him.
If you put him ahead of Roger Nielsen,
I'm not putting him ahead of Roger Nielsen.
No.
He's right here. He's ahead of DeBoer for me. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
I could talk on this guy. Brunette did okay for Q after he resigned. He pretty much just rode that system all the way to the end.
Which I said from the beginning, and people used to give me a lot of blowback on that Banksy.
Really,
content.
Just rode Q system to the end. And then once we got to the playoffs, I mean, he was out-coached in every single facet.
If we're going to rank guys on playoffs like we do with the Maple Leafs, you got to look at Brunette that way.
There were a couple dumb decisions I still can't understand to this day. One being breaking up the Ekblad-Weegar pairing for Sherratt-Ekblad, when truly Sherratt should have been the Brandon Montour partner, not the Ekblad partner.
He missed a lot of talent within the organization. We get credit.
It was Ekblad. I don't care what you say on Ekblad-Weegar, whatever your take is on him. At the time of that postseason, I know Ekblad got hurt, whatever, but he was back. They were one of, if not the best defensive pairing that year in the NHL.
Yeah, we have fans now, Banksy, and you can speak on this. You're on one side of it. I'm more on your side.
Yeah.
There's fans that say, Ekblad's garbage, get rid of him. He's not that great. And there's other people are saying, like, Weegar's garbage, he's not that great, get rid of him. But, like, that pairing was put together before Bruno. Q put it together.
Correct.
Right? And that's what kind of catapulted the Panthers up the standings and having, like, a legitimate top pairing that we probably never had in our franchise history, dating up to that with two guys, Campbell and Ekblad. But outside of that, I would be hard.
Did Svela never have a good partner?
Svela?
No.
I don't even think he was with Jovo then.
No.
And Bouwmeester never really had that great of a partner either.
Yeah, Dan Boyle was nothing.
Bouwmeester and Carl Straskins, R.I.P., but that's...
yeah.
But, with Bruno, it was just like that regular season was fun and all that because that was the best regular season the Panthers have ever had. But that playoff was so tough because we couldn't break a 1-3-1. We won that Washington Capitals series solely on talent, and the back of Carter Verhaeghe.
Yeah.
He coached one of the worst power plays I've ever seen in my life.
That was a struggle, and we did content every night. I don't know about you, but
made the right decisions too late. Yeah, I mean, he got
I say this. We do our post-game spaces show, and if you guys are new to it, Cody, you're going to recall back to this, even before you were my co-host, I think, but you'll recall back to this. We were calling out decisions that Bruno should make 1 or 2 games before he was making them on the ice. Bring Ryan Longberg in the lineup. Make Patrick Hornquist a net front presence, one that I stood on. Bench Duclair. I did mention stuff about Verhaeghe at that time. That is an L for me. But a lot of things that we were deciding upon, like those are things that he was doing. Cody, you mentioned about the defensive pairings. I'm like, where the hell's Brandon Montour?
That never made sense.
Right?
Because the back half of the year, Weegar Forsling looks pretty good. Let's just keep them together. When Gudas Forsling was perfectly damn fine, and the one guy that needed the damn partner was Brandon Montour. Because you had the revolving door of Terry Lindbohm, you had the revolving door of Lucas Carlson, you had the revolving door of Robert Hagg. The guy never had a stable partner throughout the whole damn year. Oh, hell. You had the revolving door of Matt Kierstead. It's just like...
And there's talent there.
And Kevin Connaughton.
And Connaughton...
Connaughton was fine, but we put him on waivers.
I know.
And he went to freaking
Zito tried. Zito tried. It just, again.
But I think Zito's best move within this organization are right there with the Matthew Tkachuk one, Banksy, is the Paul Maurice hiring, and it's because of Bruno. He goes on the stand, and he's like, this is my team. I'm going to fight for it. He's like, I'll reevaluate what I want to do next year. We're going to reevaluate you. And okay, we're going to take a couple weeks. Okay, now you're out the door.
Exactly.
But it's just I don't know. He won the President's Trophy. I get all that. Jack Adams award finalist. That's a bunch of BS. I don't care.
But Cody, where's the confidence if he did that as an interim coach? And I know you agree with me on this. I'm just proposing it to you. Where's that confidence saying, I led this team. I was leading this team. He knows that. What we're saying is true. it's like an admittance of guilt of saying I need to reevaluate things with my family. And like, what coach says that after having a President's Trophy year?
It's because that's how
that
bad,
hunger from being swept. Wouldn't
because
you have a different response?
that's how badly we lost to the Tampa Bay Lightning.
And how can you get mad at a guy like Jonathan Huberdeau, which we won't get into here today because he's not a first overall. Sorry. Yeah, we have him on here. Yeah, we have him on. My apologies. I was thinking first overall. How can you blame just the players when you can't look at the coach that's supposed to be leading them?
Yeah.
And a lot of fans did not blame him.
It's just, for me, like, that the franchise was at a crossroads after that damn series loss because we lost badly.
I was in a crisis of conflict as a lifelong fan of that.
We were in circles. I mean, we scored 3 goals in 4 games.
Hey, Ryan.
And that power play was, as you were saying, atrocious.
1 for 36.
And it was game 2, that goal with 4 seconds left, where Uyghur, we still don't know what the hell he was doing.
Good old Ross Colton.
Jesus. Like, right there, that was the line in the sand. Like, I got to reevaluate. Okay, we're going to reevaluate you over to the unemployment line. Go to the Devils, overrated team franchise.
Frauds.
And then he goes to Nashville, and look what's going on. They gave him the keys to the Ferrari and said, hey, we just need you to drive it. Just keep it on course. And he did. And he was going down from there. There was no upside.
Granted, Nashville isn't managed well or coached well, so pick your poison there.
Speaking of coaches today.
Yeah, like as a fan, that was probably the worst loss I've ever experienced. Like the Stanley Cup final loss to the Knights, like, doesn't come close to that.
No,
not even close.
No, I was silent for a good hour after that.
I had a whole summer of self-reflection as a fan.
Self-reflection.
Organization doing.
But
then it quickly changed. It quickly changed on those 2 moves: the coach hire and the trade. Which, Cody, I was standing for from day one on both.
You sat. I remember sitting there. I'm like, is it ever going to be our damn time?
Like, Cody asking me that, Banksy, as a lifelong fan, and I didn't have answers for him, and neither did others.
Well, look what they've done to us. I mean, I just imagine you that summer just looking at yourself in the mirror every single day, like, do I want to keep doing this?
Because it hurt more at that time, Banksy, than having all these other coaches that did do nothing with the promise or little.
I looked to the Dolphins for hope. Like, the Dolphins were in a better position then because they were coming off, like, a rebuild. They had a bunch of draft picks, whatever the hell it may be. And we just got Tyreek Hill. Like,
I might get my football team. There was more hope in the future at that point, which is very dark.
Like, I was speeding the football season.
Because what I asked myself was, with Jonathan Huberdeau, Uyghur, and if they're bringing back Bruno, is this team ceiling like second round? And that's all we're going to with this quarter.
It's funny. I didn't watch a playoff game till Game 6 of the Cup final. I could not bring myself to watch it.
Lex in our community is like, Kirby, are you watching the conference final here? I'm like, can I have some days off? Like,
yeah.
I love hockey, Lex. I appreciate you watching puck, but this is a little much.
Like, I don't need puck. I need a break from puck right now. Yeah. And that's when the freaking Celtics were just like,
yeah,
they lost to. Did they lose to Golden State that year? Yeah, we did, because 23 we were down 3-0 to the Heat and we nearly came back.
Cody, we have 7. Sorry to interrupt, but we have 17 coaches here. Is that my count?
1, 4, 7, 9,
12, 16, 18.
Okay, we're 18. We're at 18. Cut. Those are the 18.
I'm actually pretty okay with this.
Cody, can we go down so we can get the full shot of it, and then I can screenshot it later? There we go. We need Mr. Palmer.
That's up, by the way.
Up, down.
Okay. But as we move on from coaches to first-round draft picks, let's hear a word from our sponsor, Caneswear.
Panthers fever is here. Are you geared up? Caneswear in Davie is the place for all your Florida Panthers needs. They have the latest gear for our favorite NHL team. Jerseys, polos, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. Caneswear has you covered. Stop by their store in Davie or at pantherswear.com. Again, that's pantherswear, WEAR.com for all your Panthers gear.
And a word from our other sponsor, Jamie Beckham with Next Home Treasure Coast. Hey, Panther fans in South Florida, need real estate help? Check out Jeremy Beckham with Next Home Treasure Coast. It's a boutique service with a personal touch. Jeremy and his team put humans over houses, working hard for you, whether you're buying or selling. Ready to move? Head up BeckSellsFLA.com or call 772-475-5371 now. You'll be glad you did.
Okay, Cody, before we do get into this, we can reset the board here. I do want to say we want to grade these players, again, on what they did with the Florida Panthers. So these are all former, current first-round draft picks. We haven't had many in recent memory, so we are going to try to educate you a little bit on some of these names here, but we won't go like super deep into them. But I would like to have maybe like 3, 4, 5 on the S tier listing. We can see how we're going to put it, and then I'll help on the guys that should be pretty subpar, pretty below average. Cody will help on the guys that maybe are too early to grade or whatever.
Can I just raise my hand and say that there should be one player right now that should be on S tier, like right as we pull it up?
2.
Oh, I know where Cody's going with that, I believe. Yeah. I thought you were going to say Banksy 1 on the tier on his own there.
Oh, no. I'm not that facetious. No.
No, there needs to be 2.
I'm going to fight for one to be lower when Cody, and I know there's a couple guys on there too. I'm thinking of Cody's favorite position. We're going to fight on 2 guys. I want one a little bit higher, and Cody's going to want one higher. But both have had productive NHL careers if you look at from the games played margin. I think, Cody, you have to look at that, the games played margin, and then some of the stuff that they did do in Florida as well.
Yep.
A lot of these guys did not last, guys, after Florida after them. Cody was just getting the board.
Yeah, I had to reset everything, make sure everything was set. Yeah, so 2 guys S tier. Let's go ahead, put them up. Greatest player in franchise history, greatest defenseman in franchise history.
If we're counting Florida Panthers and the contributions they brought to the club, especially what Aaron Ekblad has done here in the last 2 years, with more team success than individual success, but he does have the individual accolades there as a Florida Panther.
Holds every record for D-men. Every record.
Not being his full picture. Cody, does this help Aaron Ekblad, though, that it is the Florida Panthers organization? We're talking Edmonton or Montreal. I don't think he's anywhere.
Oh, not even close.
Yeah.
Because you're talking Paul Coffey,
Glenn Anderson.
Glenn Anderson. Then you've got others like from Montreal, like Guy Lafleur, those guys. I can't. John Beliveau. Yeah. But Ekblad for this franchise is the best defenseman ever. I'm not hearing anything with Forsling. I don't care, because since he signed that extension, he's going to hold every record. What do you mean, Ekblad equals compiler? What the hell does that even mean?
No, it's me. He's compiling like all the awards and like the points, and he's going to have every record.
Yeah, and he had it before. And there was a time where Ekblad was – remember, at the time where Barkov got the captaincy, everyone thought it was going to be Ekblad.
Where would Ekblad be here? And I want to hear this in the chat tomorrow in the comments. Appreciate all the listen backs, thumbs up, all that. Let us know where Aaron Ekblad sits in your opinion. But I think, Banksy, and speak on this, because I know you're on the different side of the fence than Cody, not the biggest Ekblad fan, and I'm more with you too. But I think the recent team success does help the individual success and accolades, and to some degree, that he has had with the Panthers. It's going to look a little bit better. But where, Banksy, your thoughts, where?
Yeah, so I think, regular season, probably not the best defenseman, in my opinion. Injuries do take a toll, and I'm waiting for them to do that. Plus, I have to say, he's been very privileged to play with the teams that he's played with recently. He decided to stick around, which hats off to him. I think he's played his best hockey when it's meant the most in playoffs and in the Stanley Cup. I don't think the Panthers win both cups without him, just because he's been able to change his game from what he was drafted as to what he is now, and not a lot of guys will do that. They will simply refuse to change. They'll want to play the game that they know, and the fact that he's willing to do that for the franchise, the betterment of it.
So do you agree with that, Banksy? Because you push back in Ekblad. I think that's the organization mandate that Ekblad has changed his game. I think physical limitations have changed his game. That's just the message they're selling to us.
How about this? I'm gonna call that bullshit right now. Last year he played a defensive-minded role, and where he was more shut down than anything. And then this year,
Who are you calling bullshit on me?
yes, you.
No, why me? Why is he?
Because guess what? Because he's played two different roles in these cup wins. Because he played the defensive role in 23-24, where he had the hardest matchup every night. And then this year, guess what? Guess who led the Panthers in playoffs defenseman in points? In points, it was Ekblad. And guess how many games he missed? 4.
Cody, you're judging. If you judge him off this year, you got to talk about the PEDs and all that. Let's
okay, but after the PED, he still continued that offense output that he had in the regular season.
But
he had more points than Seth Jones, who had way more ice time.
I don't think he touches this S tier if you're not looking at the team accolades over the past couple of years. And
of course,
is back to my point: is there's not other guys above him.
Yes, he's the best defenseman in
but I
franchise
think
history.
It's like Barkov, fairly huge gap, and then Ekblad.
That's fine with me.
Like Barkov's the coaches,
because Barkov's bar none the best player we've ever had. It's not even close.
Yeah, but you're giving Ekblad, oh, you can sit next to your buddy here, but not with the coaches. It's like, no, you're down on this tier. You guys are below Paul Maurice. I think there's a fairly big gap between Barkov and Ekblad, and I know I'm not alone on that.
Okay, but there's a gap between Ekblad and the next guy. So, I mean, best defenseman ever in this franchise's history. The only defenseman who's willing to stay here. He's the one who took the hometown discount to stay here. He's the one that left all the money on the table this past offseason. He's the one. And he's the one who's changed his game the most from Paul Maurice's first year to now. So he's played a major key cog in this whole resurgence of the Panthers, because when the Panthers resurged, that's when he became in the Norris conversation. Let's not forget that. Before his injury in 21-22.
A lot of fans are going to push back on him if he's not good next year and the year after.
I don't care.
You don't care, but it's going to happen. But what I'm going to say is he took a discount for a reason.
But those are the same fans that got on Carter Verhaeghe all this year for having one bad year and propped up Sam Bennett for having this one career year with 51 points and having the craziest shooting output in the playoffs, where next year they expect that again. For something, they're going to expect that from Bennett.
And Banksy, I think they're going to put, getting back to topic, I think they're going to put unrealistic expectations on what they expect of Ekblad. What he's now, I will judge a good portion of that on him, but I still need him to be reliable.
I think he'll be.
I don't care if he's taking a discount. I need him to be on the ice.
And here's the other thing. He's also, those two top guys are the only two guys on the Panthers that don't get the injury excuse. Those are the only two. Because whenever we're on Spaces every night, everyone's like, "Oh, Barkov and Ekblad are playing bad," but it's like, "Oh, Kachuk's hurt, Bennett's hurt." Like,
good point.
Those are the only two.
Cody, good point. Well, they're up there. Yep. If they miss
those two are on the Mount Rushmore of the Florida Panthers. They're on the side of the arena for a reason.
Yeah, we have it on here.
Yeah.
So, like,
Banksy, jump back in, please.
I haven't said one lie.
No, I think it's just perception and our expectations of what Ekblad should be rather than what he is. I'm glad he took the discount because that's really what he should be being paid.
On this team, that's probably what he's probably right around. Like, because none of the defensemen really make any money on this team.
No, but they will. I mean, I think Forsling signed because it was either him or Montour. And I think that's probably as much money he was probably going to get on the market. But I don't know. It's just with Ekblad, it's the health issue. And on top of that, is he going to be consistent night in and night out after the new payday?
And Cody can be upset at me, but my expectations of Ekblad were Drew Doughty and Alex Pietrangelo. That's my
but the concussion.
My expectations as a fan of this team since 1993. I've expected all the players coming through, that was my expectations. They haven't been met on the individual side. The team accolade side, well, the Panthers are just blowing the roof off the place with the team expectations, but that shouldn't be every guy gets credit for that as an individual. You're going to see when it comes to the Hockey Hall of Fame, Cody, and you're going to see when jerseys are hung up in the rafters. I think number 2, Ekblad, will be. Number 1, I don't think he has a chance.
Like, Hall of Fame, no. He would have to have like a couple Norrises, have a big back half of the career.
Oh, yeah.
The concussions took a lot of that away.
When he got drafted, I'd be like, I can see the guy in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, at the start, he was, but then I think there was a couple things. The concussions really hurt him. Secondly, I think the horrible partners he got in the middle of his career really hurt him as well, with the Yandel experiment, with the Matheson experiment. Like, they kept trying to put him with these offensive guys when he should have been the offensive guy. And I think that hurt him a bit. And guess what? That's why he popped off when he got to Uyghur, because he can finally be a little bit more free, play better offensively, instead of have to worry about, like, you know, the guy turning over at the freaking blue line every night.
So let me ask this. Is this skating better?
Is it his skating better?
The reason why I ask is that that's been always the thing for me. If you're going to be a number one defenseman, you've got to have the ability to skate with anybody's top player if you're trying to shut them down. Now, he's found a way to do that. He's very effective with now using his body and stick checking, but he just does not have the foot speed. He can't keep up with them, and there have been numerous times where he's gotten burned. And you know, as you know, Kirby said, one second, is, you know, I expected a higher ceiling for him. I expected him to be able to skate wherever he wanted, and I never saw that out of him.
Well, the skating thing is probably going to be the biggest issue in the future, but after this past season, it didn't feel like that much of, because in the playoffs, I don't really remember him getting blown by at all. He actually kept up with McDavid on one rush.
I think that's the extended rest, and, you know,
yeah.
The
but years prior,
Trudeau was drafted. We're going to get to him in a bit. I never had expectations of him being a Hall of Famer upon being drafted, but I did with Ekblad.
Yeah, because he was like higher profile. Huberdeau was more of like the flashy pick. Ekblad was just more like,
and Ekblad was exceptional status, not coming out of the Quebec League, coming out of the OHL, and you can compare him to other defensemen of that era and then of past era, and you're like, wow, we could have something here, you know? And especially when he played in his rookie year. Like, I'm not just saying from the draft, I'm saying from his early play. I'm like, this is special, you know?
And this is like kind of like, and Chris says it's because of his longevity. Then what are we profiling here?
Well, I think him being in the S tier where Cody has put him up here right now, I'm fine with that because of longevity and the team accolades. And I think that does play into the personal. And a lot of these guys we're going to get to never had that chance, but they also...
Or the guy next up here never had that chance, and I wish he did.
Yeah.
Stephen Weiss in... I really want to put him in S. I really do.
Oh, I'm not putting him in S.
But I put him in A. I think he's an A tier for me.
Banksy, I knew Cody was going to be high, not that high. But A, I'm fine with. Banksy,
I got to put him B tier. Sorry. I mean,
I'm with A with Cody, but go ahead, Banksy.
He was the one guy out of all those draft picks in the early 2000s that I wanted to succeed with the Panthers. Like, I wanted him to be like the Ekblad is now. You know, taking in team accolades, leading the team. And it's just, I don't think he ever really got help. I mean, he had Nathan Horton on his wing, and then somebody named David Booth decided to come out of nowhere. But he was supposed to be the Panthers guy, and just he couldn't get it done for me. You know, he did have a couple of the records, I think. He had the assist records. Or no, I don't even think he touched Jokinen by that time. But it was another player that I had a lot of expectations for, and then it flatlined. So that's why I want to go probably C or B tier.
I'm A minus.
I think he's A tier. He's going to be A tier because I'm looking at all the guys on this list.
Yeah.
And I'm finding hard pressed to put more than two of them above him.
I want this list to look very funky for a reason. You know,
I'm gonna put him back half of here. We're like next up here we have Rostislav Olej.
Talk about disappointment. Mini Yager never lived up to expectation. I think 10th overall draft pick.
Yes.
Something like that. CD to me. He might be C because we're talking Florida Panthers all the time here. But in that C to D range, this is a guy that got top line minutes, got power play time. We talk about a current guy, and we're going to try to relate some of these guys to current guys so you guys can follow along a little bit easier. We talk about a guy like Anton Lundell, Banksy, you being like the Anton Lundell captain of the fan club, him not getting opportunities. Ole's got opportunities with every guy in the lineup, be it a Horton or Weiss, or it might have been Jokinen. I could be mistaken there. He got so much opportunity, ice time opportunity. They wanted him to be a shutdown guy, but they also wanted him to thrive offensively. And he did have guys around him to be able to do that. And you saw little glimpses of it, this one famous goal that he did, like the Jaromir Jagr celebration, but really underperformed. Banksy?
I think he's D.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing him his rookie year. I actually went to a game in Chicago, and he's actually the one that scored 2 goals and actually won him that game. And he looked confident. He looked like he could actually play the physical game and everything. But after that, again, I had those expectations for him, and no matter who he played for, he could not rise above that. And again, yeah, another disappointment. I don't even think he caught on with another team. I think he went back to Europe after that.
Like he had 2 stints with Florida, no, just like the guy we're gonna talk about later, Dvorak.
Oh, really?
I think he had 2 stints with Florida. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't think he did. If he was on the roster, he wasn't really.
If it's the 2 stints, then maybe they sent him down to like San Antonio or something like that and brought him back up.
Might have been something like that, Cody. Because was it Washington and that was it, Banksy?
I don't even know if it was Washington. Maybe he was there for like a half
Okay,
a
no, he
season.
went Panthers, Blackhawks, then Devils, and then he was out.
Damn. And then
why Blackhawks?
Talent.
He was in the trade for Brian Campbell.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Wow, he was there that long.
Yeah, he was there from 06 to 2011.
That's ridiculous.
Career high being 30 points in 06-07.
I might have him on C because you guys are going to see how bad this list is. But if we don't have people in B and C and we have everyone,
We can move him up later. Next up, Nick Bukestad. Big guy, but injuries hurt him in his career. Ended up being moved in a cap dump to go after big free agents like Sergei Bobrovsky in that 2019 offseason, along with Jared McCann for Derek Brassard and Riley Sheehan. For me, I got Big Nick in a solid, I think he's B tier for this list. He had
him in C because of just the injuries and what the expectations should have been, where he should have been a 2C battling with Vincent Trocheck at the time. I watched a lot of his games, Banksy, in Minnesota on the Big Ten Network. Guy was just a beast, like big kid among players in the time. The NCAA is not what it is now, and would just dominate the puck, dominate play, get people off their feet. And I never saw that, or very little of that, when he came to the Panthers. So I was huge on him. I think even with the Panthers, I would have him a C, B at the highest, but C I would be fine with.
I'm looking at these lists. There's he's going to be B tier quite. I'm staring at this.
Where do you got him? And great guy.
Yes, was able to meet him in some of the fan meet and greets and everything. Was always very gracious, very, very polite. I would have to say he probably had, if not the best shot on the team for a couple seasons. I can't say that he never used his body in the NHL. That's my thing, is that he never figured it out in Florida. He was always trying to be that dangle shooting type of guy. And when he tried to use his body, he was thrown against the boards and injured his neck. So
I think it had to do with injuries because he drove the net in Minnesota and would drive in the net. And it's like you're not seeing that at the NCAA level, but then you're not seeing it at the NHL level. So a lot of those injury-based things, and if he was playing in today's era with the coach that we have now, that wouldn't go over so well, Banksy.
No, hell no. He'd be riding the pine or he'd be fourth line.
Yeah, and Trocheck would be doing those things, and then you'd be demoted down the line.
So, but Banksy, where would you have him?
Oh, I got him at a B.
Okay, with me. Next up, we have Mr. Lawson Krause. Never played a game for us. Barely was even here.
Yep.
Was traded to Arizona to dump the one and only Dave Bolin contract.
Did you say never played a game or what?
He never came close. I don't even think he signed the ELC with us.
Yeah.
He was gone.
Pull it up.
He was. I don't think he ever played with us because he was gone quick.
Okay, he was the default draft pick. If everyone remembers, we were probably going to take Mikko Rantanen. He was the best, and that's why the Panthers took him. BPA. You guys hear that all the time in football. Just take the BPA. Well, the Panthers did it with Lawson Krause. And I do like how he plays now, but it took him a while.
All right, so he only played with the Portland Pirates for 2 games. And then we traded him along with Dave Bolin's contract for a second and a third.
We have to mention that name. But yep, okay.
So he played 2 games in our AHL affiliate. So too early.
Okay. Yeah. The next one here, Cody, one of the only recent draft picks.
Mackey's. I want to put him in too early as well.
I would put him there.
Because one season in, he's looking very, very promising.
He could be anywhere on this list except trash can and probably not D. But he could probably fall on the list.
But I think I could see a world where Mackey, I think his floor is C at this point.
Yeah, like the absolute floor, as in worst case.
And his ceiling's A to me.
But if it's C, he's not going to be here, and that's why.
But I liked what he's shown so far this past year, where he did everything that Paul Maurice asked of him. He was very physical, not afraid to lay the body. Kind of got pushed out of the postseason, which sucked. But anyway, it happens. But
he improved.
Yes, I expect.
Yeah, sorry, Cody. Go ahead.
No, yeah, but he improved immensely. I expect a bigger role because we're going to have to move Erod here. So, I expect a bigger role out of him this next year, and we'll see where he goes from here. And this next guy, I have Dennis Schvidtke. I'm pretty sure this is.
Yeah, Nick could tell us on him. Dennis Schvidtke, you can pull him up. Former right winger with the Florida Panthers, late 90s, early 2000s there. Pretty high-end draft pick. I don't know if it was in the lottery stage there, but I can't put him. It's good that you put up the newer guys. I can't put him ahead of Bukestad.
No.
Maybe behind Olej. I don't know. Something like that. Banksy?
I would, because they hailed him as like the next, and I hate saying this, the next Pavel Bure. I remember that being talked about. And while he had some speed and he had some handles and everything, he just didn't have the finishing touch. And he was given opportunities to play on the top line and top line minutes and still just did not get it done. So got to put him behind Olej.
I really think Olej has to move up to C.
I damn near want to put him in trash can. Like,
no.
76 games played?
I don't know. We don't
25
have
points in 76 games?
Back end of D? I don't know. Back end of D?
Dude, this is trash can numbers here, dog.
You got Cody, you're gonna see another guy coming up next. Like that had promise.
Yeah.
And I know he's on TV now, but oh my god, like watch him in the World Juniors dominate, and then when he comes to Florida, he did absolutely nothing for us.
Thanks, Mike.
Vicky had that big a name label. Banksy, does that save him a little bit? But you said Pavel Bure. I didn't recall that, but yeah.
If you guys want to put him in D tier, that's fine. I mean,
you tell me, Banksy. I don't think quite trash can.
No.
I think Olej has to move up. You're going to see this list, but go ahead.
I'll move him up for now. That's fine.
Balance it a bit.
Next up, we have Mr. Anthony Stewart. Should I just go ahead and pull it out?
Just bring it onto the camera. Thank you.
Yeah, I can't really fight it. Okay, I was so excited for this guy. Watch him in Team Canada World Juniors. This is everyone when Canada was like dominating the World Juniors. And Anthony Stewart was playing first line, second line, third line. He was crushing kids, like 8 hits a game, 10 hits a game, scoring goals, setting plays up. And then he comes to Florida. And Banksy, I can tell you one thing I remember. I can remember the juniors.
The only thing I remember is that Mike Keenan drafted him, and he was over the moon for him, thinking that he had the next Todd Bertuzzi.
Yeah.
Damn, man, that was never going to happen. So, yeah, definitely ASMR trash can, please. Thank you.
Yeah, let's make some room for my boy here now.
Next up here, Eric Goodbranson. I have him in the front part of B.
Oh, Cody. Okay.
I damn look.
Oh, wow.
For what these draft picks are, he's there.
Fight for C or something.
No, I think
I was gonna live with C.
Okay. I'll put him below.
Thank you. I was about to say.
Okay. But drafted 3rd overall in 2010.
Yeah. Tell me how many in the NHL now. I know it's not all.
Was known more for his two-way play in junior. Big guy, big burly, physical defenseman.
Chris Pronger comps, which he never met.
That boy couldn't stick handle with a magnet on his stick, and yet
Dale Talon was over the moon.
You could have put double-sided tape. That puck wasn't sticking on there.
2000 draft where we had 3 first-rounders.
Yeah, 2010. Yep. And ended up being traded for Jared McCann due to the Computer Boys era, which kind of like losing him lost that physical edge of the team. Even though I'd still make that deal again.
I don't care. Anyone can laugh at me. They have laughed at me before, Banksy. But Eric Goodbranson plays best games for us in the playoffs, and that matters to me.
Yep.
Too bad there were only 6 of them.
Can't help that.
He was not the reason why we lost.
He wasn't. He wasn't.
He was not.
Kulikov was good too.
For me, like the reason why we lost was probably because of luck.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that Cody did that. Banksy, are you gonna want to push him down lower? But I don't want to because Cody has him there. But I thought he would be around the seat.
No, I mean compared to what we have on the board right now, it seems about right.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we can. Don't have to balance this board.
Okay, so let's see here.
We just put that guy before Lundell there. We'll get through it very fast just to move along. That's Mike Brown, I want to say.
We're just gonna put him in too early. He never played a game for the Panthers.
Or he played 10 games. I don't even know.
He made his NHL debut for the freaking Canucks.
He did? Okay.
So never played.
Was it
only had
he was part of the Bure trade, maybe?
Probably.
Yeah.
Only 1 goal in his NHL career.
Yeah, didn't really materialize.
But for Florida, we never know. Anton Lundell, A tier. It hurts me to put him above Weiss, but he is above Weiss at this point.
For me, Banksy. Yeah.
S tier, baby. Let's go.
Thanks. Put it up.
Do we want S? I'll put him S.
Banksy needs some votes in the chat. Banksy, I might be with you one day. You could say you were there first.
I think he's
S tier. Look what he's done since he's come in.
I know, but he's A tier right now. He's gonna be S. Got to put up the more regular season numbers.
Would give him a chance, Cody.
Look, here's the thing. You want to keep putting freaking Luke Cunnin on the power play. You're putting him above Lundell over here.
Hell no.
No. But they like right-handed shot players.
I know.
But Lundell, easily the most underrated player on this damn team, and it's not even close. Back like 3 consecutive years, I can make the argument that his line has been the best line in the postseason for us. So, I mean, that's
A above Weiss.
Like,
I know that's hard to say, but like if you're giving Ekblad credit for team accomplishments, you have to do the same thing with Lundell, and
that's why he's A tier.
I know, no, but above Weiss, but he was also one of our best players too in the playoffs.
I know, that's why he's above Weiss. That's why I have him.
Because Weiss had a chance to do that at 2021-22, but
he did score a big goal in Game 7.
Yeah, but
he made it 2-1.
Lundell's act. He had a chance to put the team on his back as a 3rd overall.
But Weiss only played 7 playoff games. Lundell's played what? Damn near 40.
No, but he's been a
30
big part of it.
Yeah, but that's why Lundell's above Weiss. I don't know why you're telling me this.
Okay, I'm just telling you because I thought you might not want him there.
So I'm looking at the list of everything that we may have later on.
Yeah.
There's only one other player that I would put in S tier, and
I think we're all in the same player.
Yeah. That's why I think Lundell needs to be up there. I think he's in another stratosphere.
Oh, I don't know about all that quite yet, but we'll see. Listen, if he in like 4 years, he's easily there. But the same thing with Kirby with frickin' Matthew Nyes. I can't put him there yet.
Oh, we are. Shout out.
But next up,
this guy infuriated me.
But for what he did for the Panthers, I'm putting him here.
He doesn't deserve this mark in school. You know, one of those kids that's in a good group, Banksy, and then they get the mark because of the group. Like, that's Horton.
He didn't try.
Like, you showed up late. You didn't make lab. You didn't show up for Sunday study group session. But, you were there and you had, like, all-world ability. And you did perform in the live presentation in front of the class. And the teacher likes you. It's like one of those kids,
So, I mean, he never not had a 20-goal season in his Florida Panther career. Career high
40-goal guy.
Yes.
31 goals.
Been Verhaeghe levels for everyone that wants to know.
But, I mean, yeah. Just,
some of these guys are getting off easy here.
Look, there's a reason why he's on A tier curve.
I would almost out of principle have Bukestad ahead of Horton. And then Horton wanted out. Horton was the first or second guy to go into Talon's office.
But here's the thing. I don't blame him.
Then he goes to Boston and loses his head.
Yeah. Shout out Aaron Rome.
I don't know. Grit and different things in Boston that he never.
Next up, Dmitry Kulikov. I have him in A tier. I have him like right behind Weiss.
He's got to be ahead of Horton and guys like that.
Yeah.
That's where he is.
He shouldn't be by skill level, Banksy, but Horton.
Listen to this. Kulikov in C tier.
Yo.
After coming back, C tier if he did not come back, Cody.
Yes.
Yes.
But he comes back, plays a pivotal role in both of these cups. I mean, he saved Game 7 for us.
He helped our defense when we had guys out of the lineup during the season. These champions.
Like I love Kulikov. This is
Kulikov
my guy.
On his
So,
first run, all I would yell all the time, Banksy, is like hit the net. That's all I remember about his first run.
And that's the whole thing is that he was brought in to be an offensive defenseman. I mean, wasn't he the first draft pick after Bouwmeester got let go?
Was he 09?
He was out of the queue. He was around for a Leaks draft. I'd have to look.
He might have been 09.
Yeah, and I think Bouwmeester left around then. And then Kulikov was brought in to kind of take over his production.
was 09, yep. So right around there, yep.
And didn't materialize, but as his longevity is gone and his career is gone, he's become a much better defenseman, playing actual defensive defenseman, and he's played a pivotal role in how the Panthers have played the last 2 years. So yeah, I agree with A tier.
Like, listen, I love Kulikov. That's my guy.
Parrish says in the chat, Kulikov's turnovers are so awful at times. For sure, that Montreal turnover there. The thing that used to drive me nuts, though, when he was an offensive defenseman, the first go around, Banksy could never hit the net, could never capitalize those opportunities.
You know what's funny? You know what's the one turn people are not going to remember because we won the game? Forsling's turnover to Aho in Game 5 of this year's Eastern Conference Finals for the first goal.
Yes.
Where he legit just passed it right to him.
Kulikov had some of those in 2024.
He's still a plus 45. He's good.
Oh, Lord. Next up here, we have Spencer Knight. Oh, boy.
Ryan,
I don't.
In the chat. Ryan's telling me about L's I taken in football. Where's Ryan?
Kirby, I want you to start off with this one. Where are you putting Knight?
I have an idea, but we'll see.
I would put him, okay, if we're not into the too early to tell range, I would put him above Rusty for sure.
I'm above Goodbranson, behind Bukestad.
Okay, that's fair. But I would put him potentially in C, Banksy, but I could put him in lower half of B.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as far as Kulikov and Goodbranson for the Panthers are we concerned? That's yes. Kulikov as Panthers
because of the second go around. If Goodbranson
in Panthers history, it's Kulikov above Goodbranson. We're going by Panthers history, not any team.
Cups, but hey, shout out to the bag.
But yeah, Knight is here. It sucks that OCD thing really screwed everything up because we thought we had something on our hands after there in that 2021 playoffs. I mean, came in, stonewall Tampa, played damn good in that Game 6, even though we lost 3-0. We thought we had something. I thought he had a better second year. It's just,
And again, things that we report on too, Cody, the camps were kind of divided on Night 2 off the ice.
Yeah, and then
stuff with Gallant,
and then just some people still chant his damn name. I wonder how many people are going to do it because he's starting against us opening night. So we'll see here.
They're going to do it. I guarantee you.
It's his first game back. So.
These people rather not let go of this, of saying his name during the national anthem, than probably cheer for the team raising the banner. Like, I don't understand the fascination with still saying his name.
I don't.
And if we're talking about penmanship, I would have to lower Knight severely.
Next up, I don't know. I forgot who this guy was.
It's Nielsen.
Nielsen. Mike, whatever the frick Nielsen.
Marcus Nielsen.
Here.
Yeah.
Is he trash can?
No.
Oh no. He's better. He's higher.
Okay. Bang.
And I would have him higher than
Rusty.
Rusty too, but
okay.
Because of his NHL career as a tiebreaker, Banksy.
Okay, that's fine.
He went to the Flames and he went to the Cup with them.
Whatever you guys say, I don't care.
So as a Panther, he had time in the top line because they were trying to boost him up, and he was actually a pretty effective player. But again, just with those teams in the early 2000s, not a lot was happening.
not giving him a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say more the coaches not giving him a shot than Ole's like failing on his chance.
Yeah.
But hey, I'll listen to you guys on there. Next up here we have Trichek, I think this is.
Peter Tadachuk.
Tadachuk, whatever.
Draft bust, I would say, Banksy, of franchise history.
Yeah.
Really weak draft class, I think.
Here, trash can.
I'm gonna put trash can Banksy.
Yeah, above Stewart. Thank you.
Look him up. I think a top 10 pick, if I'm not mistaken.
He was 10th pick.
10th pick.
He doesn't matter too much to me.
Right, it hurts. Cool.
Next up, Keaton Ellerby, right about there.
Oh, not far from me. I thought this guy could be A-B level, but D is all. And then he got washed out of the league. Great defenseman out of Kamloops of the WHL. A lot of defensemen come out of that league, Cody. It's a product for defensemen. And big, rangy guy, can skate. A lower end Jay Bomeister that we'll get into here in a second, but never materialized with Cole Roback. There was another defenseman in that mix too that never kind of got out of the AHL. Petrovic was in that grouping.
Oh, Alec Petrovich.
And those should be our top 4 guys with like a Jay Bomeister or whoever we would have had there at the time.
Okay.
None of them materialized.
Next up, Mr.
Matheson.
Bang?
It's got to be trash can or D tier.
He's not trash can. I don't think he's trash can.
I'm not putting that high. See, people are going to get mad at me.
He's better than Olesh.
Can we, with the Panthers, Banksy? What are we doing with this? Oh, man.
I don't know, because with the Panthers, I got to put him D class at least.
Yeah, maybe not trash can, but like with the Panthers, it's bad.
I think he's better than Olesh, though.
Like, could Branson and Kulikov clear him with their Panthers tenure? I don't care what anyone says. Bad.
We said 2.
He
said
sunk
4.
your S tier guy, Cody. He sunk him.
I know, but he's better than Olesh.
I still hope Olesh can be something. No,
Matheson, like tiebreaker. At least Matheson did something with his NHL
Olesh was
career.
called Baby Yager. At least that's cool. What does Matheson have going for him?
Oh no, being better NHLer.
That Quinville believed in him more than the fans did and kept putting him out there on the ice.
Quinville scratched him.
Matheson did play really good in the playoffs. Really good.
Except the bubble. Quinville's the one that scratched him, Gerby.
No, I'm talking the Islanders series.
Yeah.
Games. That was elite hockey.
Which Islanders series?
The 2016.
Oh, 2016. He was good.
He was one of our best defense.
And the famous quote, why not 8 years? I want to be a Panther.
Yeah.
And he's still on the damn contract.
That thing trended, Banksy.
Was it like we said 2, he said 4, we said 6, he said 8?
What about
Okay,
8? I want to be a
fine.
Panther.
I'm like, let's go. All fans in that chat, if that was today, Banksy, all fans would be like, let's go.
All right, next up here. Let me get this out.
Yep. Let me hear it.
I had high hope for this guy. Oh my goodness, did I have high hopes?
Shout out to our guy Daniel, who's also a big Ekblad fan, was a big Denis Seiko fan. That's
I had such high hopes. He was captain of the Russian World Junior team.
Had a lot of people coming down the wing, could finish on plays.
It just never translated. Never did.
This is how beat up the Panthers were in the 2023 Stanley Cup final.
He played,
yeah. And we thought he was going to do something. And yeah, he had a few chances again. Just
he hit more posts than any guy on this list.
He got breakaways.
He's hit more posts than any guy on this list, and I'll stand on that.
What was that one game at home, Cody? Where he scored his first goal, and he didn't finish and put it by the goalie after he deeped.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got the little one in, but hey, educate them on this history, Banksy. Educate them.
But yeah, if you guys want trash can, fine. It's almost too early to tell, but he had his chance.
He had plenty of chances.
Okay.
We drafted him in 2018.
At preseason, and I think what we heard was
he was drafted in 2018. Kirby. He was with the team till 2023.
They gave him first line out of the training camp there at the end too.
Yeah, and then
I was projecting.
he was beat up by Dennis Mulligan.
Dennis Mulligan.
Next up here, we have Radek Dvorak.
Uh,
I will put him ahead of Goodbranson.
I put him ahead of Knight.
Okay.
Okay, I'm there.
Can we move Goodbranson down?
Mm.
You're the one that put him up, Banksy. You're the tie-
I'll move him down.
Oh,
Okay.
Banksy is the tiebreaker.
I know.
But
No, you're really gonna hate me for the
Spencer
next one.
ahead of Goodbranson is a little bit of
like for this next one, or where we're putting Dvorak.
No, Dvorak's fine.
You're talking about the next one, which
The
is
next
like,
one.
I'm not marking him. He's not getting a soft
who
grade.
was my original favorite Florida Panther.
Oh, you can erase that. I should throw out all the cards I have.
I think
collect this card.
Hey,
he's B.
Cody, I need to hear it. That's where I want to put him.
No.
There we go.
No.
Make him a lesson. You know, his dad and him are going to see it, and then they're going to call the Edmonton Airways, and then Cody will put the Edmonton Journal.
He's not trash can.
You know what?
Near.
Put him in the trash and then put him up in the C tier. I want him to
He's
get a
not C
snapshot.
either. He's above
Banksy,
Knight.
put him in the trash can so we can see it.
Okay,
This
I'll
broad-
put it behind Anthony.
Oh, does that look good there, Banksy?
That looks perfect.
But he's actually here. He's above. He's like right here.
Yeah, agreed.
Kirby's just staring.
Yeah.
Staring at it with disbelief.
Horton might be too high there. Horton's still getting an easy grade here. Goodbranson just lost a grade, and Horton's still sitting there.
Yeah, because Branson was nowhere near his.
Put Bukestad ahead of Horton. Can we, Banksy?
No.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
We can't.
You're all voted. Put him. Do it. Cody,
Why? Because Horton played more games, had more goals. Like,
Let me say this: Bukestad would make any time for any fan.
okay,
Horton?
there.
Peace.
But Jay Bo's up there.
Fortunately.
Oh, somebody got a screenshot earlier.
Next up, we have Michael Froley.
Okay. I want to explain him a little bit and be kind to him. I'll have him above Oles. I'll have him above Oles. He was a disappointment, but if you watch the rest of his NHL career, I know we're just grading him on the Panthers, Banksy. He really became a solid like bottom sixer. We were trying to put him up higher in the lineup, and I think we were asking him to do too much than what he could. And I thought what he did at times, he did flash stuff, unlike Borgstrom, unlike Olesh. I think he did with us, and then he found his footing later in Florida. So I don't want to penalize him too much.
So I would put him after Marcus Nielsen, C
That's
tier.
All right. Next up here, I think this is my other S tier guy.
We're on the S tier if we want to really rank it.
Here.
If we're talking individually, Banksy, and TB second.
Yeah, he would be.
I'm fine with that.
Because again, it's not fair to go off of just the team accolades when
When we're talking individual aspects, I mean he's
Did it for
more
a-
than
Quebec Black.
he's done more than Barkov when they were in the same like tier because he was the points leader.
Was, but Barkov did everything.
Yeah, but he was at the time we traded him. He was the best passer in the NHL.
Oh, at the time you're saying, but I would still have Barkov. I was a Barkov guy, Cody.
Yeah, but we got to give him for what he was. Like the franchise record best point season in the history of this franchise, 115 points. He's probably going to end up with that assist record. He has like 70 something assists. It's probably going to stand there for a long time with this franchise. I don't see anyone breaking it in the future now or in 5-10 years because I don't think we're going to score as many goals as we did that year.
Banksy, just to jump in, when people see this in the morning or when they do watch it or if we tweet it out, there's going to be people that hate us for putting Ekblad second. There'll be people that hate us for putting Huberdeau second. You can't win on this.
No, I mean, both of them have their faults, their opportunities, and they have their wins as well. And I think Huberdeau, unfortunately, he was supposed to be the guy that we felt like that was going to drive this team. I mean, he had a great Calder year. He won the Calder Trophy in the shortened 48-game season. But he needed Jaromir Jagr. He needed Barkov to kind of like get himself out of his shell, and Gallant brought him back as well. But when it came to getting tough and doing things to win, I don't know. He kind of reminded me of Nathan Horton a little bit in a way where it's just like, I'm just going to do what I need to do. And that's about it. I'm not willing to.
Yeah. And he wanted to do more. Huberdeau implored the team, do more so I stay here. He said that 2 years prior.
But the other thing is with Huberdeau is like that last stint is going to stick in the craw of so many Panther fans because the strip club rumor, that the poor performance
he took that Sea-Doo video off of Instagram.
Yeah, and he
both partied after in Montreal.
And the poor performance in the 22 playoffs after the President's Trophy year. But
Cody used his playoff performances prior to that when people say he didn't do anything.
2021, he was our best player. He had 10 points in 6 games, and he was responsible. You want to know where Sam Bennett got all the confidence from? It was from Huberdeau.
Well, I think Bennett's offensive best play was with Huberdeau. Also,
yes.
Let's not forget, and I want people to kind of understand this because
history.
I understand why people dunk on him, why people don't like him, but to me, he was one of the pillars.
Dunk. I say Cody, dunk on him and Banksy, but also remember the past, remember the history and where he came from. And when he was with Kevin Dineen, that we talked about the coaches earlier, he really propelled back up when Gerard Gallant came in. And when the team started to turn a corner, he was turning a corner too.
People we got to understand, he was legitimately the best left winger at the time where he was
Connor McDavid in the Olympics.
We were yelling at him to get Hart votes, be a Hart finalist. That's how good he was.
And I was yelling at him to shoot the puck more. That's all I was yelling.
That's higher to me, Banksy. If you're playing first line on Team Canada with Connor McDavid, if the pros would have went to the Olympics, then Ekblad, who can't crack the lineup.
If the Olympics would happen that year, he makes the team easily.
Easily.
If 4 Nations a year after, he's on that roster. He's probably one of the first 5 in. That's how probably not that far, but he's he doesn't need it wouldn't have mattered how he started out the year. He would have been on that team. That's just how it was with him. And
if you look at a guy that just moved from Toronto, Mitch Marner, he would still be ranked very high on these Toronto lists, no matter how he left Toronto and what he didn't perform in the playoffs. He would be high on that list. Huberdeau going to that Olympic team, Cody, would just be like Marner getting selected to the recent 4 Nations. So it's parallels are very similar there.
Yeah, and here's the thing, and this is why he's also S tier. Why I think these 3 guys are S tier. I could tell the story about the franchise without mentioning Nathan Horton, without mentioning Jay Bouwmeester. I can't talk about the history of the Panthers without mentioning Barkov, without mentioning Huberdeau, without mentioning Ekblad. I can't do it.
Well, it's your whole generation, an era of fan, Cody.
It's the best era the Panthers have ever had.
That was the guy that you guys bought jerseys of.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
No disrespect to Jokinen or Bure, he was the first homegrown star. Huberdeau was. Because no one we drafted really was a star. Horton was good, but he wasn't a star.
Yeah, Bouwmeester was there, but I get what you're saying.
But that's just what it is.
But I think Florida made Huberdeau, Banks. It goes back to his childhood time and vacationing. Being from Montreal, he'd spent all that time in Florida. Bouwmeester was an exceptional status player coming out of medicine.
This is still this is probably an unpopular opinion.
It's made Huberdeau.
I find it hard to believe there's going to be a number 11 in this franchise's history. I really do. Because remember, Lorentz originally chose that number when he came to Florida, and then they told him he had to switch it to 18. I think Huberdeau has a conversation to have his number in the rafters. I really do.
I think it's a polarizing thing, but time heals all wounds, and there's a lot of time. Ahead as I lose my pen here to determine that. So I'm never going to tell fans no if they ask me, "Hey Kirby, do you think that'll happen?"
If you're against it, okay. But to me, with this franchise's history, I think he deserves to at least have the conversation.
The thing that doesn't work for him, though, Banksy, with this ultra success by the Panthers and trying to create this dynasty in the making, the people that are going to be in charge are probably going to still be in charge or have some hand in that down the road. Because all these people that we talked about earlier, Banksy, whether they were head coaches or GMs, are probably not coming back for these alumni stuff.
No. So, yeah, Huberdeau is definitely going to be a part of the quote-unquote Den of Honor, if they're still going to even have that around. But, yeah, I mean, he was the face of the franchise, him and Barkov and then Ekblad. He was actually the first jersey I bought outside of Bure or had anything customized just because I believed in him that much and after his Calder year. But, yeah, just unfortunate for him how things had turned out and how they've turned out in Calgary for him. So, but as a Florida Panther, he deserves to be in the S tier.
Yep. All right. Next up, we have Owen Tippett.
That's
Too early.
No.
Well,
say
you're not putting him too early. I'm not putting him in the trash can.
I'm not putting him in too early either.
I'll lean with Banksy too early. So where are you going to?
I don't want to. We gave him every chance in the book.
So you're putting him B then? That's going to be a statement.
What, B?
No, D.
I think he's right there with Olej. We gave him every chance with every line. Nothing sticked.
It's too generous, Banksy. I'm more with you, Banksy. Too early?
How is he too early?
How does he get a C grade? He didn't do anything. To get a C, you're giving him a D or you're putting him in too early. Go ahead.
Put him in D. I don't think he's too early at all.
Banksy?
Let me pull him up because I'm not sure how many games he played with Florida. But as far as I just don't think Cody, I agree with you. He got a shot, but I don't think the Panthers were as patient with him, and they had to give him up to go get Giroux because they were pushing to make the playoffs.
He played 84 games with the Panthers.
So barely over a season. And that was probably split up between maybe 2 or 3 seasons.
18 points in 2021, 14 points in 42 games with the Panthers before being dealt at the deadline, including a stint in Charlotte.
Yep.
I think
put him ahead of Olej if that's where you want. But again, who was given more opportunity, Denisenko or Tippett? I would argue Denisenko was given way more opportunity where you could judge what he is and look at where he is now, like as a tiebreaker determining factor, and what Tippett is doing now. So that's where I think it's us being kind to him by saying too early to tell, but it might be too harsh to put him in D.
All right, if you want him in too early, that's fine, I guess. But I don't think so. I remember him on every freaking line. I remember him with Huberdeau. I remember with Ben. I remember him with Lundell. I remember him with freaking Achari. He never stuck with anything.
Cody, what he's doing now, doesn't that determine too early to tell because what he's doing in Philly? I think...
No, because whatever he was doing in Philly, I don't think he was doing in Florida, period.
Maybe he's not as good as Mackey, but he's better than Denisenko and guys that get flushed out of the league.
Yeah.
Okay, if you guys want to put him there, that's fine. But all right, next up here, Ed Jovanovski. I have him. I'm right. I'm at C.
I know it's a short time, Banksy, but I really have a hard time having Horton and others in front of him.
They play more games. Take your feeling out of this.
I almost wanted to put him in A tier.
He's got to be ahead of Knight. Go ahead, Banksy.
Yeah, I was gonna say I almost wanted to put him A tier for his first stint here, and what he did.
Yeah.
But then his second stint. What?
Not a lot of games, but I agree with you.
Yeah, but the second stint was probably not the greatest, and he was hurt.
Yeah. But I'm judging him off the first one.
Yeah, me too.
But he only played 3 years.
Got to be ahead of Knight. He led the team to the Stanley Cup. He knocked off the Hart Trophy winner Eric Lindros, owned him when everyone was crowning Lindros and saying, let's just advance past these Florida Panthers. What Knight did in that one game does not supersede what Ed Jovanovski did in that 96 Flyers in that run.
And
not close.
Look what he did to and I'm not going to say he got the best of Lemieux or Yager, but he gave them a problem during that season.
He wasn't exposed as an 18, 19-year-old or 19 or whatever he was. You know how hard that is, Cody, to do that? Go through Mario Lemieux and Ron Francis and Jaromir Jagr and Eric Lindros and John LeClaire. That was the big boy line in the NHL. And as a 19-year-old, he's been...
But that's one playoff run.
He didn't have Brian Campbell running shotgun with him either. He had Rhett Warner and Gord Murphy.
If you want to put him ahead of Knight, that's fine, but I'm not...
I have ahead of a Knight.
Yeah.
He did more than Eric Goodbranson almost.
Like, I'm fine with that, but anything above Horton, I'm out. I don't even know who the hell this guy is. Tadachuk, Krychuk.
That's Luke. That's Luke. Come on, Cody, lock in. That's
Lucas Krychek.
Lucas Krychek, part of the Pavel Bure trade.
Yes.
So then, bang.
Nah, he played here a while.
Okay, so bang.
Somewhere in D.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cody, you got the day we interview Jovo, or are you not interested?
I can't listen. I'll just take y'all's word for it.
Cody, talk about
Another guy I don't think of as a Panther.
Getting criticized for liking Brandon Montour. I shouldn't be getting criticized for liking Ed Joanowski.
But Jovo, I don't think of as a Panther. Unfortunately, I think of him as a Coyote.
No, he's not. No, he's a Canuck first, and then I would put Panther
When I was born, he was a Coyote.
Yeah, but he's a Canuck.
With him, Adrian McCoy, Derek Morris, that's who I think of.
Cody, if he was around, and Banks, you tell me this, if Joe was around for 3.5 more seasons, easily A.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Definitely.
Didn't have to be around during the Arizona Phoenix. Easily.
Would he be above Kulikov?
Because he would have been an Olympian. Yes, I would have had him. Because of the Olympic years, all the production that he put up in Vancouver, I think he would have been doing that for us.
Yep.
If we had a competent team.
But next up, Kendall McCardle.
I need to hear it, Cody.
I need to hear it. And put him behind Stewart. Wow, another guy. Out of the Vancouver Giants, I think the same program that created the likes of Milan Lucic and Brendan Gallagher, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And we get him.
That's part of the African American community. We got to do better here, man. We can't be drafting these bums, making us look bad.
Not Kevin Weeks. Shout out to Kevin Weeks. Wish he would have got more.
Weeksy, there it is.
I love this guy next, but injuries.
Is this Quentin Howden?
Quentin Howden, the burners of all time.
Unfortunately,
D tier.
flat. Okay, on this next guy, all right.
Where are we putting in this?
I don't want to do it, but
was this an L for you, Banksy?
yes, this is a big L. Because you talked about Bukestad in college, Borgstrom was doing the same thing with Denver.
Was one of the top prospects in the league. His attitude was this.
George Richards told us that on a Spaces Live. That his attitude was trash. This was a couple years,
He was scoffing at the fact that he was being demoted to the AHL, all that. Load of BS. But
when I read that he had Connor McDavid's stick skills in college, I was like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
Didn't materialize.
And the fact that we could have traded him for a bunch of guys, including Mark Stone and Max Pacioretty. Yeah, I mean, next up, Rob Niedermeyer.
Last guy. Banksy, a little bit before your time. You may remember him as a Duck, like Cody might say.
He's about as mid as it can get.
Wasn't he their first draft pick?
Yes.
So I'm going to put him above Gudbranson.
I'm going to have him above Gudbranson easily.
Okay, because he's about as mid as can get. That's just quite a bit.
As long as he's above Matheson, I'm happy. Yeah, you're not. Cody. If you put him behind Matheson, you'll have coming for you.
Who would I want to have coming for me?
The OGs. If you put Rob Niedermeyer there, great story by the way. Doug McLean shared.
OGs to come after me. All right, bet. Bring smoke. Don't care.
Rob Niedermeyer finally got his cup with his brother in Anaheim. Great story. Awesome story. Wish that was us, not my brother's team. But
Here's the thing. The OGs were like, why are you putting Rob there? He was mid as hell. But mid as can get.
Yeah, but he's an example of, I think, what Cody will defend in Stephen Weiss.
He had the one big pop year in 95-96, 26 goals, 35 assists for 61 points in 82 games. After that, fell off a damn cliff.
Well, you would too if you had the coaches that we went through, Banksy, right? So Doug McLean, coaching Rob. And then I think that hurt his career. He also had the concussions too. That was a big thing with Rob Niedermeyer.
He's looked at back fondly. Ooh.
We want to talk about that.
He had more points than Bennett did in the season.
Anyone in the OGs don't.
That's not hard to do.
Cody doesn't want to still give the '96 team any credit, but
I'm just glad I have these teams because I was sick about hearing about '96.
The 2023 team, I feel for Paul Maurice, he might have had more fun and easier time coaching the '96 team.
Yeah, at least what we
when
did.
You're coaching C. Fitzgerald and Nick's boy Josh Mahura.
You want to know what we did? What the 23 team did that the '96 team couldn't do? We won a game in the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah. You know what they did? You know what they did in game 2? The same exact thing. Got ran out of the building. But yeah.
Look, this past Cup final was the first time the Panthers didn't get run out of the building in any game.
And I feel 2024 was easier to breathe and like sit back in the lazy boy recliner. Like just how the team played. People disagree with me, but I just like how that 2024 team was so clinical from start to end.
I think 2025 is more clinical.
4 team without 2 of our top 3 defensemen, to start the year out. And I just think that's impressive. Because if they go in a hole there,
But the 25 team was way better in the postseason.
All the Paul Maurice haters, if that year doesn't start off like it did in 2024, it all starts.
But the 25 team to me was better in the postseason.
I think the big part of that was the additions that we had that come aboard too,
And Brad Marchand,
generational run.
Panther legend now.
A lot of Panther legends on this list. Hey, this board is more balanced, Banksy, than I thought it would be.
Because we're balanced, we're good people, I mean, we have some laughs, but, we're fair.
Nathan Horton should thank us for getting this good grade.
he didn't go below 20.
This dude was frustrated as frustrated as can be. Not like Versteeg, not like Verhaeghe, like beyond frustrating. Would have been interesting to see where some of these guys would have ranked that aren't on this board, like Vincent Trocheck, Chris Versteeg, guys like that played with this organization.
Trocheck would have been A.
Yeah, I think we would look at it very fondly. Other names there, Banksy, that weren't first-round picks, guys like Jokinen and Luongo that weren't picks with the Panthers that obviously made their career in Florida. Those
Mackenzie
guys.
Weegar being a 7th-rounder.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Weegar is probably the best value. Is by far the best value draft pick the Panthers ever had.
Because say, for example, in an alternate universe, he was drafted mid to end of first round. That would be very favorable to him on this list. Guys here, right?
If Weegar was on this list,
we were a bad team, right? And we were lottery picks.
If Weegar was on this list, he'd probably be right behind Kulikov for me.
Yeah, and then if he left at the same time, Cody, that he did leave Florida. Yeah, that's hard because now Kulikov's rising up. I can't believe the Kulikov story, how it's played out. Like, it's unreal to believe where he's going to be in the annals of Panthers history now. Like, happy for the guy.
That's cool, bit.
Wrap up.
Well, we're not going to have any first-round picks anytime soon, so this is about the closest thing we get to it.
Yeah, so Banksy, share this list everywhere. This is the grade and list that everyone will go off for many years to come.
I just hope it holds up to the test of time. That's all.
We'll move back.
Chris, before he headed out, said Hubie was not S tier, which
if we didn't put a lot of people
I wonder if that's because of the way he left.
I don't like how he left, Chris, and I get on him just as much as he left. But we're trying to rank it through the whole historical perspective. I'm trying to take some of that out, but like we said, Banksy, that does play a piece to this.
Yeah, I mean, he was a Florida Panther, and this is what happened while he was a Panther. So, unfortunately, yeah, I mean, it's bad news. But, while he was a Panther in his play, he wasn't S tier.
Yeah, just
you guys can start splitting hairs if you have Ekblad above Huberdeau, but if you're going to do top 3 like we've been doing all summer here, Cody, 3 at the very least usually, unless we have someone on their own tier, which we might next week. Coach rankings.
Next up, I think next week's probably going to be the last ranking show.
Yeah, head coaches. We hope to have our guy Nick back. We appreciate having Banksy here because we needed a historical perspective. And Banksy, a lot of people from our community, shout out to Adam Morse, kind of nominated you to be on this show because some people that are out there haven't been as long as fans as you, whether they're creating content, whether they've been around our community for quite a while. So appreciate you having on here because you filled in gaps that I forgot about.
No problem at all. Rob Niedermeyer is mid, but he does deserve to be a C.
But hey, I'm listening to y'all on that. Y'all would know more about it on me.
But no, this was fun.
I didn't even know he had 61 points, to be honest with you, until I just read that. So
Yeah.
Now, a tough one for Cody to some degree to be on. And like, again, I didn't have Google back in the day. We didn't have smartphones back then. I wasn't watching all these games. I didn't go through all these tapes and stuff because these teams were not good. Like Cody says, a lot of these teams were trapped, but it is putting Cody in a different element like me for jerseys or other things that I'm just like, we had David T come on for the arenas. I have only been in a few arenas compared to like Major League Baseball. So we need someone to come on with a historic.
But the thing is, I like about this list is I want our fans to be humble because I want them to understand where the hell we came from.
And Cody said that about doing this episode.
Yeah.
So,
because I don't want to forget those struggles we had where, like, the worst era I think we were in, like, you could say whatever with the Keenan era. At least you knew we were bad. But for me, the worst era was probably around 2017 to 2020. Or as I like to call it, the we're behind 3 points, but we got 2 games in hand era.
Well, the T's era, and I think Pete DeBoer is part of that. But Cody, yeah, you just mentioned it. I know some fans in our community became fans during the Mike Keenan era, and those are dark days for them because when you got a guy like Pavel Bure, and you got some talent up front, Kozlov and Whitney, but we weren't able to like develop guys to come up through the system and have guys there and make good smart trades and things like that accord. And people not wanting to come play for the franchise. So I would say those were some of the dark times, especially as a fan myself, seeing what they were doing in 96, 97, 98 and building off of that. And then it fell to there. And when you come in as a fan, turn of the century there, that was not a good time. So like Cody experienced, similar to you, Banksy, when you jumped in and became a fan, you missed a lot of those good early moments that I try to talk about tonight with Roger Nielsen. Get excited when your team's kind of competing for a playoff spot.
There wasn't many, but like it's like it's just like our history, like from after the 96 run to about 2021, it was damn depressing. Like we had EJ Hradek on, and as he said, he never talked about us because guess what? We weren't good. And it's just something I got to keep reminding myself of because.
Well, me and Banks back in the days, the message boards and the other things like proposing trades and like how you can make this team better. Like,
yeah.
Cody and Nick would have been right in there with us. Like, how can we team better?
Every day I had a newspaper in my hand checking out the stats and what the previous night games were and everything when newspapers were a thing. But yeah, I mean, this team has come a long way, and I've said this on every platform I've been on. We are in the golden age right now, and this is the time that we should really be grateful for and taking advantage of everything we can because we might not see it ever again. I'm on board with hopefully 3, but after that, we've lived it now. We've had the celebration, we've had the great time. So, looking back on all these players and these coaches, we wouldn't be here without all of that.
Yeah.
But struggles. And Banksy, just before you do go to, you made a move this summer, right?
Yeah, I just moved into Minnesota. So, yeah, about 1,800 miles away from Fort Lauderdale.
You're going to be our Central Division guru guy we're going to bring on now. Because that's a division I can't watch with my schedule sometimes. I'm doing content.
I'll be able to update you guys on the Wild and all the fans. They tell me what they want me to know about the Wild, even though the Cats have 2 cups and the state of hockey can't win one. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Hockey can't win a playoff series.
You're getting those comments already, walking around with your Panthers stuff. I heard Kaprizov, they're working on that. I got a reminder the other day.
$15 million.
Yeah, but you got to pay it.
And they did. I'm excited to see what Bill Guerin could do for that team. And the state of hockey, maybe you can catch out. Like, what part of Minnesota are you in?
I'm just outside of St. Paul and Minneapolis.
Okay. So you maybe check out Minnesota Golden Gophers, some college hockey over there.
Don't let Vince bug you too much in the DM.
Scout some future 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round picks.
Yeah.
I'll check out the next Bugstad if we can.
And Banksy, you're going to be on the ODR this winter? Do we need to talk about outdoor rink, everyone? Outdoor rink.
Oh, yes, favorite rink, the best rink ever.
I got a plot of land that I can probably throw the hose on, and it'll be good times.
You are nice. One of my family members is planning a rink this year or next year, so I'm going to be out there on the rink too if that's the case.
Awesome, man.
Where can everyone follow you, Banksy, before I let you go?
Yeah, you guys can follow me on X at Prudentia0. I almost gave away my Instagram handle. You guys can follow me on Instagram as well at Burry1096. But looking forward to doing more stuff with you guys into the season now that my schedule has definitely cleared out over the past year. So, but I appreciate you guys bringing me on.
Yeah, perfect. And in that central time zone, you're kind of bridge from my time zone and then Cody's. And then our guy Caesar that's not here today, make sure to follow him. I want to put it down there below on the screen. Caesar's a night owl, so we'll always be doing stuff, even during the Olympics here coming up this season, Banksy. So if you're able to work that out with your schedule and stuff like that, I'd love to have you. But we'll have you back for sure this season and some of our After Dark shows maybe too.
Appreciate that. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Thanks, Banksy. Anything on the way out, Cody? We got contests coming up. We got the Cats and Rats Football League underway now. Hockey draft coming up. We've got our full league set up there. We will waitlist people if we have any openings, but we're pretty full.
Yep, just wrapped up my last two fantasy football drafts. Look at.
I got to transition to being a Dallas Cowboys fan in less than 24 hours. I need to have a phone call with Caesar here tonight.
I need to get this on air. I need you to stop offering me bad trades.
Caesar's already mad at me about everything, the Cowboys, fantasy football, everything. So fun times.
I mean, yeah, but like, I need you to stop offering me these bad deals.
No,
I mean,
up people for bad trades. I'm Bill Zito. I'm always looking to improve my roster.
J.K. Dobbins and Keenan Allen for Marvin Harrison Jr. is not a good deal at all.
You need running backs. You didn't draft running backs.
Caesar needs running backs. I am better off.
Cody drafted a quarterback. I think it was Jordan Love, and he's benching him in week 1 already. Cody deals with the quarterback position like he does with the goaltending position in hockey. Just forgot it altogether. Yeah.
What are you talking about? That's my plan.
You're the Mike Keenan of fantasy managers for quarterbacks, because Mike Keenan would pull a goalie for nothing.
That's Cody. I don't care about goalies. Whatever. I'll figure it. Cody goes.
My 2 QB, CJ Stroud, Jordan Love.
Colts are like Mike Keenan in the old days. I'll figure it out. Will you?
Yeah, I mean, look at my receivers. I got Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, Marvin Harrison Jr. I got Brock Bowers at tight end. Like, I'm pretty good right here.
You're talking this Brock Bowers like he's S tier already in the annals of a quick tight end.
He just set the record for receptions in a year for a rookie.
We'll see. I grew up with Tony Gonzalez and Antonio Gates. We'll see. But yeah, everyone's excited about football. On here. Sorry, thanks to get involved in this, but it's fun times. I'm glad the chat didn't do it today. Chat, I would have been mad at you if you guys were distracting us with football stuff coming in here. So appreciate that. Most people are in bed now, but everyone, make sure to thumbs up this in the morning. We'll tag Banksy on this, Cody. We'll share it around.
Yeah. Appreciate everyone as always joining us. For Banksy, Kirby, myself. Thank you for watching, and as always, let's go Cats.
What's up, Cats and Rats fans? If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button before you head out. If you're listening to us on Apple and Spotify, make sure you leave us a 5-star review. And just like always, let's go Cats!